It's the semi-final, and we're here at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, where I got my big break. I tell you, it was a slog getting bums on seats. I'm so glad I don't have to do any of that tacky self-promotion anymore. The greatest show on earth is about to begin. Interior Design Masters. They're doing up fringe venues on BBC One. Come along and watch it.
Have some self-respect, pal.
You cow. Welcome to Interior Design Masters. Who wants a flyer? Yeah!
3 designers remain, and next week one of them will be awarded a life-changing collaboration contract with John Lewis. Last time, the designers paired up and hit the high street.
We're on it. We're on it, yeah. We're so on it.
Craig and John created India in Rye.
They've taken the product and given so much inspiration with it.
And were top of the shops.
John, you finally did it.
At last.
Rita and Bryony produced a stylish boutique.
We've got 2 very strong signature styles that have combined to give me something that's neutral.
But their love of beige and lacquer bold
Imagine Mary's trousers as that curtain.
meant Bryony
This is what makes you an interior design master.
lost a place in the semi-final.
I am so grateful for this opportunity and had a lovely, lovely time.
Look at us, we're a throuple.
I don't know how we made it so far. We're exhausted.
Going to Edinburgh.
Bonnie Edinburgh. I'm really excited to go up north. It's a long drive from Hastings, but I know it's going to be worth it. There's the only girl left.
I know. I really like Scottish accent. I find it really sexy. Normally they call me Rita. We won.
Here they are, the semi-finalists.
Very close to the final now, which is equally exciting and intimidating.
How are you feeling? Are you excited?
Very excited.
Nervous. Yes, nervous for the next challenge.
Yeah. What do you feel you've learnt about yourself as you've progressed?
We're not professional designers and you second-guess yourself all the time. So it's really nice to get affirmation when you win a challenge. You know, actually, I am growing, I am OK, I'm good at this.
Yeah, I would agree. It kind of confirms that maybe I'm not delusional.
I've learned actually I could work under pressure and deliver a design. So that's really amazing feeling, yeah.
Do you think your signature style has changed or developed?
My style has broadened. I'm now looking at different ways of applying that aesthetic.
You've got a very strong sense of yourself, but it must be modulated according to each challenge.
I feel sometimes I'm a bit too shy or too scared to put myself out there when it comes to the design.
Opposite feedback to you, I want more.
Yeah.
Do more, Rita.
Yeah, I
Show
want
me,
more,
Rita.
yeah.
What about you, John? Your time management, is that getting better?
It is getting better.
Well, to get in the final, you're heading to Edinburgh, where you'll each be doing up a venue ready for the biggest fringe comedy and theatre festival in the world.
Amazing.
Every August, the beautiful city of Edinburgh hosts over 50,000 shows in over 300 venues dotted across the city. And the semi-finalists will be taking on one each. The first is Monkey Barrel, an iconic comedy venue with a cellar bar. The second is Home Bar, a free fringe venue where you can pay what you like for the performances. The rest of the year, it's a local pub. And finally, the Royal Dick Bar within the Summer Hall Arts Complex, which champions new writing.
On the table, you've got 3 tickets, 1 for each venue. Pick a ticket.
Ladies first.
You've been very kind. Monkey Barrel.
Home bar.
The Royal Dick.
The Royal Dick. You've got a budget of £3,000 and 2 days and a packed lunch of haggis to bring the house down. Now go break a leg.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So have you ever played in any of those places?
I've played the Monkey Barrel, but I'm a stranger to the Royal Dick.
Oh, yes. I'll just leave that there.
The designers have landed in Edinburgh.
Oh, wow. Look at this. Look at this.
The castle.
That'd be a scary build, wouldn't it?
and they're getting the first glimpse of their fringe venues.
Hello. It's really low. Like, first time I feel tall in my life.
The Monkey Barrel is an award-winning comedy club.
The space is very open. It's a big box with lots of multicolored fairy lights.
It attracts some of the biggest names in comedy.
It's like a cave, basically.
Both legends and hot new talent.
But I'm gonna turn it into a funky, cool dive bar.
Whoa. In my head, I kind of knew how high 4-metre high ceilings were, but when you see them, they really, really are big.
The Royal Dick serves as a bar and performance space for the bigger Summer Hall Arts Complex, which boasts 16 theatre venues.
I love all this stuff they've got in the cases. I'll definitely want to make a feature of that.
It's where plays like Baby Reindeer premiered.
Such a huge, grand building, it's quite daunting, but it's also an opportunity for me to create, I guess, something a little bit dangerous, to take a massive risk.
Oh, wow. Plenty of room for improvement, I think.
Home Bar is one of 23 fringe venues.
I love this stone wall. I think it looks really nice.
It has an upstairs bar area.
I've frequented the odd bar or two. I know what goes on. I think I can work this one out.
And a downstairs performance space.
Ooh, this looks like some sad student room from the 80s. Yeah, it's a lot.
To help them win a place in the final, each designer will get 2 carpenters and 2 decorators.
Good morning! Woohoo!
New member of the team.
We're matching my mouth.
Paint color. So for my inspiration, I came across this vintage pop-up book that is about vintage circus, and it just made me smile. So much fun. And I can imagine these people coming to a comedy club. Comedy is fun, circus is fun. I'm just gonna bring joy in this space. Ta-da!
Oh, that's red. It's very red.
We're going bold, fierce, and brave. I normally don't use bright colors at all, but the feedback was I need to bring some of my personality to my design. Red is normally a color I choose for my lipstick or my clothing, so very nervous about it. Every time I look at my colors, I get like, oh dear.
No more beige, no more bland.
No, not this week.
Rita's bold lipstick red paint will colour drench her walls and ceiling. She's contrasting it with a rich teal blue. She's creating a ticket office window which leads the punters to the bar which she's cladding, and above it, hanging pendant lights with fringed vintage lampshades which will feature throughout her scheme. She's keeping all the existing furniture and upholstering cabaret-style chairs, adding a large Chesterfield sofa in a VIP area, which she's caging off and elevating with a bold, intricate wallpaper. Rita will paint a bespoke comedy-inspired art piece in her chosen colour palette. She's building a small stage with new Monkey Barrel signage, and she's leaning into her circus theme by repurposing a carousel horse.
It's an antique horse, and it was in a tattoo artist's studio. I mean, who doesn't want a horse in their bar? 1, 2. He is quite heavy. If it helps, his name is Gerard.
We've got 2 areas that we're working on. We've got a bar area and the performance space.
At the Royal Dick, John's leaning into the theatrical.
In terms of what we're going for here, it's almost like apocalypse chic. My inspiration for my design is all about creating drama. So it's a performance space, and some of it is going to be quite edgy. I was kind of influenced by the film Joker, his manic kind of state of mind, and I wanted it to be something that was thought-provoking with an element of grandeur. In terms of the bar area, I'm going to go all black. We have got a number of these kind of cabinets to move from the other room through into this room as well, and we're going to just clad the existing bar.
John's cladding for the bar will be made up of salvaged bar columns and plastic mouldings, which will be painted black and lit up. He's adding some bling with gold paint to the existing shelving and building architectural signage with an inbuilt clock and marble effect panels, which is echoed in framed wallpapered sections around the room. He's getting rid of the existing display cabinets and rehanging the animal skulls against his black walls. Next door, in the performance area, John's painting the walls beige and bringing the ceiling down in black, adding theatre-themed words in scratchy brushstrokes, creating the illusion of them falling from the sky. He'll build a small stage in front of the bay window, and the seating area will be made up of the existing wooden chairs and tables. Suspended from the ceiling will be a spectacular chandelier.
It's a nice metre-wide chandelier with 20 light fittings in it. Who doesn't want one of them? I really love the history of buildings, and I think it's nice to honour that in a way. It was a veterinary college, and they've got all these fascinating artefacts. And so there was a pressure there, and a pressure to, you know, do it justice and do something really iconic. So that is the plan. If I get the box and bring that through...
While John is going for theatre and sophistication...
If you can get your chandelier through the door, it's too small.
There's a lot of lampshade. It's definitely a motif I'm using.
Craig's venue is all about nostalgia and granny chic.
The theme is very much home from home. Lots of vintage furniture. It'll be a really funky, modern take on that old world aesthetic. I'm really leaning into my new trend of intentional clutter.
On street level, Craig's filling his space with 25 mismatched charity shop lampshades. The walls will be painted sage green, will feature cladding, vintage wallpaper and a large tartan mural. He's getting rid of most of the banquette seating and filling the space with an eclectic mix of mid-century living room furniture. In the basement, he's decorating the performance area's bar section with a mixture of more vintage lampshades and wallpaper. As a nod to the classic flying ducks, he's adding wings to instruments to create artwork, as well as a punk-inspired carnival light and disco guitar. He's also extending the stage area.
We've got to make this more functional, more fit for purpose in terms of a stage area.
Yeah.
So I think get the ceiling painted.
Yeah.
I've got lots of vintage wallpaper to go up.
What's the paper like?
You won't be very happy because they're all really 70s vintage. And
What, like random drops?
so it's going to be random strips. And I've got anaglypta mixed in to bulk it out.
Okay.
Craig's love of vintage finds is expressed in all areas of his life. His house where he lives with his husband and their Hastings beach hut.
This competition has allowed my ideas to come pouring out and actually do something with them. Hello. What makes this journey through the competition so sweet is the love and support I get from Jason and all my friends. They're so 100% behind me. Yeah.
I'm immensely proud of what Craig has achieved. He really is a force to be reckoned with. And I just love the enthusiasm that Craig has for all the challenges. It is like watching a genius work.
You've done lots of different jobs.
Yeah.
And I can see this. It's leading you to something you really want to do.
All of the roads have led to this point in my life.
Craig is very eclectic in his style. He just is very good at getting a picture in his head and being able to recreate that.
Good changing.
Yeah.
Don't forget us.
The first bit's scary, and then it gets progressively less scary.
Okay.
We've had a few problems with the vintage wallpaper. Of course, it's probably been sat in someone's garage for 30 years, so it's a bit crumbly, a bit stuck together.
That one's just a no-go, isn't it?
Well, it can't be a no-go. We've got to make it work. It might be a little bit risky. Maybe it's too much. I don't know, but I'm trusting my gut, as I've done in every week. So I hope they'll see the irony and the humour and the warmth in my design.
How's it going up there, Stephen? Yeah, it's all good.
Whilst his ceilings are getting a dramatic makeover,
I'm glad it's you that's up there and not me.
John is cracking on with jobs at ground level.
So, these are reclaimed off an old bar. They've come with me all the way up to Edinburgh. It must have been a very tall bar. Can I have a drink? The current bar is really underwhelming. So what I hope to do is create, you know, something a bit grander than that. I've got these panels, which will go in between.
In between.
Like that. I've learned so much doing all these challenges. When I started out, my wife said, I think the thing you'll struggle with the most, John, is overestimating what you can do in any given amount of time. Well, she's been so proved right, hasn't she?
Voila.
I'm trying to keep builds to a minimum, slide it up to the top. So I've got plastic panels that are going to go on because I do love a panel. Hopefully, that's not massively time-consuming.
John's time-saving hack has his bar clad in no time.
We don't knock about, do we?
Oh, yeah, OK. It's a good place because you walk in and you see it.
Rita's adding a little extra to hers.
So this frame was a mirror, but I thought it would be quite pretty and give us this vintage vibe. The issue they've got now, they've got a ticketing office, and then you have a bar. But as a person walking in, I don't know what's the difference. So I'm boxing off the ticket office with a little window, because in a circus, they used to have this cute little box office where you get your ticket to walk in.
At home in the Lancashire countryside, Rita uses a farmyard to create her designs.
I just draw the bar. At the end is the ticket, like the box office.
Very nice.
This is the area where I normally draw my plan on the floor in chalk, and then I take it to the paper. I think this whole way of designing came from just playing like kids. I think that's what kids do when they have fun. They build things, and this whole experience made me feel like I'm like 7 years old again, which I love, because I love being creative.
Rita lives with one of her best mates, Michelle.
Rita is probably one of the most colourful people that I've ever met. She's full of life. You never know what she's going to bring home from the car boot sale or what story she's going to tell you.
Come on, this way. I like to make people smile. I think my inner child never left me.
She's sunshine on a cloudy day kind of personality, and I'm crazy proud of Rita.
It's way harder than what I thought it will be. It's not just designing, it's like just emotionally sometimes it's overwhelming. I think I have more magic up my sleeves. I'm gonna work so hard this week to be in the final. It will be a dream come true. So this is Madame, is her name. I fell in love with her in the antique store. However, I fell in love with her, but not with the toilets. I've got some letters that I'll spray gold, and hopefully it covers the toilet sign, and it says tickets.
Rita's ticket office leads to her bar, which she's cladding.
I'm putting like a tealy blue, just to contrast it from the rest of the venue.
On his bar, Craig is keeping the work to a minimum.
The actual bar area just needs a nice new coat of paint. We'll be revarnishing the bar top and just maybe putting in some vintage wallpaper details. But otherwise, it's just a spruce up, really.
And focusing on the furniture taking up space around it.
For my design, these banquette seats need to go.
Let's have a go.
And the way I'm going to arrange the furniture is really going to be somewhere someone's really want to go, especially in those dark winter evenings.
Oh.
That wasn't in the plan. This is an area I think there's been a problem before because people weren't going towards the back because of maybe the cluttered furniture. In my plan, it was just a lovely flat wall, and it's going to be a 3-minute job.
It's so lovely to be back in Edinburgh, where it all started for me back in 2001. The sound of the laughter, the buzz of the crowd, the taste of the deep-fried Mars bars. Oh, open mic comedy contest. Maybe it's time for me to give me old stand-up routine a bit of a spin. It'll be like riding a bike. So there's 2 chickens in a bar fryer, and still got it. Right, let's go and check on those designers.
Beer and tears, mate. That's what's held this together. Oh.
Hi, Craig.
Hello, Alan. How are you?
Great. Listen, there is so much going on with this room.
Yes.
I mean, is that deliberate, or are you just very, like, can't make your mind up?
Well, you know, there's a big new trend at the moment, intentional clutter, and I'm very into that.
Intentional clutter?
Yes.
Yeah, but does Michelle Agundahin know about intentional clutter?
I
That's
don't know.
the
I might
question.
send her a memo.
So, is this the kind of bar that you would probably go to yourself in Hastings?
Oh, very much so. And I think this is a place Coco would love.
Who's Coco?
Coco Canal is my drag persona. It comes out on New Year's
No
Eve.
way.
Once a year, one night only.
Can I see Coco?
Well, I have something here you might be interested in. She's going to stand by the piano.
Is that you?
Well, it's my head, but not my body. Well, I borrowed the body.
You borrowed the body?
Yeah.
No offence, but isn't it just going to cheapen the place putting that up? Sorry. No.
Craig may be getting rid of his existing seating.
Oh, that's the top gone.
But Rita's upcycling hers.
The existing cinema seating is 12 seats, and I would like it to be divided into 3 sections, because I don't think in a bar you would like to sit 12 of you next to each other.
The venues need to offer both seating for the bar
Is it comfy?
Oh, it's very comfy.
and for watching the performances.
I'm not the fastest person to reupholster stuff. Maybe I should have done 4, but I decided to have 16 different seats.
I think it works really well with the old furniture they had, because I added this like baby blue to the whole space.
Okay, let's see if it fits.
They have enough red, because I painted the whole venue red.
Is everyone ready?
Instead of furniture, John's focusing on his showstopper.
Yeah?
I've got it, Del boy.
So the chandelier basically took up a quarter of my budget. For me, it's every bit as important as a table or a chair.
Slow. Yeah.
Some people might think that was a bit of a risk, potentially, to spend, you know, a quarter of your budget on a light fitting. But it's not just a light fitting, it totally makes that room. I just hope when we put power to it that it actually works.
Light it up, Andy.
Oh. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
That's shiny.
I guarantee nobody else has got one of those.
It's halfway through day 1. The designers are taking inspiration from the festival
We'll take that one.
to bring some drama to their schemes.
Just sorting through my plethora of lampshades to pick 5 nice ones to go down into the performance space.
So I've got these poles.
Yeah.
And I thought I would like to divide the space because it's too open.
Rita's creating an intimate circus-themed VIP area.
So you're making more of a cage?
I'm making a cage for very naughty tigers. I want it to become this exciting place that you want to come for a drink even if there's no comedy tonight. And that's my aim.
The vibe here is we've got this kind of like decaying beauty, kind of apocalypse chic thing going on.
John's inspiration reflects cutting-edge theatre, which his venue is famous for.
It doesn't matter if they're a little bit broken up and fragmented.
Yeah, like scratchy,
Yeah.
brush strokes, all good.
That's
yeah.
it, exactly.
Okay, perfect.
The space is deliberately trying to create friction. It is kind of edgy. Don't be afraid to, like, run words into each other and across each other. Love it.
OK, guys, if you can look this way, I'm going to show you the difference between isometric and oblique drawing.
John spent the last 18 years passing his knowledge of design to secondary school kids.
I teach a practical subject and, of course, prepping everything for the challenges on top of, you know, being a dad and a husband and all of that. Just managing it all, it's really difficult.
I do not know how he's driving up and down the country and then coming in on a Monday morning and doing 5 lessons a day. Really inspirational.
Ready for a drink now, do you, Kirsten?
He deserves to go all the way.
As a teacher, his ability to inspire kids is what makes him so special. I think that comes from his passion for creative work. He really shows that, and the kids really respect that and respond to that.
When I'm in the throes of putting a room together, the time goes so quickly because I'm just loving, every minute.
Yeah.
Teaching's been great to me, but actually I want to explore something new now, and this makes me so happy. It feels very a joy to do this, and reaching the final would be just everything.
John!
Alan?
Look at this room!
Oh, yeah.
And look at you up there!
Yeah, clinging on for dear life.
Isn't it funny, you know, how you're scared of heights and then you're up there? It's almost like you have changed, you have evolved, you have turned a corner. Would you say you are even more confident in your design and also with your height?
Honestly, getting that standout space last week, it was exactly what I needed. after weeks on the sofa.
Yeah. I think next week you'll be up the Shard.
Oh, steady.
Well,
Maybe
okay,
not quite.
Let's not run before we can climb. Listen, I did the Fringe about 3-4 times, and I'm looking at these words here. Honestly, it's like you're reading out some of my reviews. You know, hilarious.
Yeah.
Laugh. Yeah. Dick.
No, I'm not writing a ransom note.
Craig is also using words to create art.
There's my homage to the Sex Pistols and punk. Because downstairs, not only do they do performances for the Fringe, they have a lot of music. I don't know if this whole punk reference is appropriate to the people who use this bar, but I think it's pretty iconic, and I hope they'll get it. The big reveal. That's fun. I like that.
Bit more colours, as my venue is missing colours, you know.
Hi, Rita.
Sorry.
Rita.
Hi,
I didn't mean to frighten you. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, a bit nervous. It's just my design. It's
See.
very bold, very bright.
But you're saying it's not classic Rita?
Yeah, it's not.
Because you were on the sofa last week and Michelle said she wants more Rita.
I'm giving her more of my personality.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Da-da!
So this is like playing card, am I right?
So it's
Yeah.
the queen and king of comedy.
King of comedy? I don't see any glasses
I know.
teeth.
I know. Shall I add it?
Yeah. So how are you doing this then?
So we're doing a bit of decoupage. and then
Decoupage?
These are Fringe Festival posters. We're gonna cut some of this and then we will glue it. Be creative, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Let your inner child go wild.
And it's funny you use this, because obviously I've come to the Fringe loads.
Yeah.
The posters are everywhere, so it does make sense to do
Perfect,
this.
yeah. So I'm going for it, you know?
Hey,
How
are you?
Good. So this is this is my performance venue.
Look at this. Oh, yes. I love mixing up the wallpapers.
Thanks.
I think that's just genius.
And I've got a carnival light, which I've decoupaged, so it kind of replicates the Sex Pistols album cover.
It is really super cool. It's very you, Craig. It's so you.
To me, though.
I'm worried mine is, like, too serious now. It's super retro. It's definitely going to be a cool place to go. People are going to like to hang out there. I suppose the only creeping bit of doubt I've got then is, have I gone Fringe enough? But I'm just going to stick to the plan for now.
Yes. That's cool. Well done. Oh, that feels already nicer here. I mean, it's still very red. Every time I walk here.
It's tools down for day one.
At the moment, it's just a red box. I just feel very nervous because I feel like I'm walking into my personality, but not a lot of my design style so far. Maybe tomorrow, once I have some lighting on, I'll feel a bit better. It's very red.
So we need a couple more drops on this side, don't we, as well?
I think 2 more do it over there.
Yeah.
Bonkers, but I like it.
Brilliant.
Downstairs is really coming on nicely. Upstairs is a bit more of a worry. Lots of destruction and not much construction. Got a long way to go before all really that cosy feel comes in. But, you know, we'll get there.
Right, I think that's it. I think we're done for today. So definitely not normal for me to be, have this much done at this point. Top job, everybody. Don't want to jinx anything, but pleased as I am with how much progress we've made, I can't rest on my laurels. You know, something could go horribly wrong tomorrow. Let's get out of here. Absolutely.
The semi-finalists have just 12 hours to complete their Fringe venues.
Hey, guys.
Right.
How's it going?
We still have a lot to do today. But I would like decorators, please, if we can put the wallpaper.
Yeah.
Really chuffed with that. It's a big old Edinburgh tart. One of my main features upstairs is a bespoke mural. It's actually the Edinburgh tartan, and it's been blown up supersized, so that's going to be a real draw to the back. I think it was very important to actually reflect where we are. It's very special to this city.
These letters are going to go above the bar, and they're going to spell out the Royal Dick.
Giving the venue's distinct signage is vital for promoting gigs on social media.
The original college was named after the guy who started it, William Dick. We weren't able to get all the letters, so the plan is to use these to create some stencils that we can then use to jigsaw out some that fit this font. R is a horrible letter to do.
This is part of my logo, which is going on this very same wall. It will say, "Welcome home." And these have been covered in the vintage wallpaper that I've used downstairs. So this wallpaper really is tying everything together. In any interior design, you need to have some sort of cohesion. It makes it look more considered. Of course, I'm worried about my design having the cohesion that I want it to have. I think that works. Got lots of random stuff going on, and I hope it all gels together like in my mind it is. Flying guitars, done.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh, wow. I love the chandelier. I mean, John.
Oh, I'm glad it's wow. As when it was, like, small once it went up there, because it was so big when it was down here.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to come look at the bar area?
Yeah, I would love to.
All right.
Wow, that is sexy.
You like it, then?
Yeah, you nailed it. It's not I like it, I love it.
Oh.
Very sophisticated, very well finished.
How are you getting on?
It should look a fun comedy club inspired by a circus.
I like it.
So the opposite
I like
of where
it.
I'm going. I'm Rita, your comedian for tonight. Are we gonna have some jokes together and have lots of fun?
The focal point of each designer's performance area is the stage.
Like how much of a curve you
I would like it a little bit wider.
There's gonna be a blue stage, just to replicate the blue that I've got in the bar.
Being slap bang in the middle of this bay window, having the dramatic lit curtains behind it, having the spotlights down on the stage, I think that makes it, fairly obvious that that's a significant part of the room.
My own performance history. No, I've been in school plays. I think I was a random Egyptian in Joseph and His Technicolor Dreamcoat and an orphan child in Oliver Twist. That's the extent of my acting chops.
Got any jokes for me, Mark?
On to the next stage.
Come on.
Hi, Craig.
Hello, welcome to my performance space.
This is a feast for the eyes.
Well, I think so, yeah.
Couldn't you decide which wallpaper to use?
Just use them all.
Not just one minging wallpaper, about 12. No, I love them, really. I mean, why have you gone for that kind of...
I think that I was trying to evoke that really warm, cosy feeling of going to your auntie's house. And I really don't want to go home, so I'm throwing the kitchen sink at this.
And I love the cheeky nod to the flying ducks.
Yeah,
They're so
thank you.
good. And where's this going?
Well, this, I've decided to cover a guitar and glitter ball. And it's going to sit there and revolve.
Oh, nice.
So should we hang it up?
Oh,
See how he looks?
And then when the lights go down...
It's cool, isn't it?
It's so good. This room is full of surprises, and I think Edinburgh's full of surprises. You think you've captured the spirit of it?
I really hope so. It's a fun city, it's a fun festival, and this is a fun venue.
Home's up.
Cracking job.
Halfway through day 2.
Here we go. Some lights for you.
Do they work?
Well, let's find out.
Yes!
Rita and Craig are both hoping their granny chic lampshades will help steal the show.
This is like Claudia Winkleman fringing. It's big and heavy.
I got all these lampshades from charity shops, and the good hack to give it a new lease of life is to buy some fabric paint and then just put it on. And when it dries, you've got a modern look for it.
I think this competition taught me to be a bit more brave because I never would have picked bright colours. I would never try upholstery. I would never try painting a lampshade. So I'm learning new skills.
It's hard to drill left-handed when you're right-handed.
Apart from his chandelier,
Just trying to find where I've made the hole.
John's gone subtle and concealed.
Lighting plays a big part of this particular design simply because, you know, I've gone for a black scheme in the bar area. So it's really important that I use light so that that doesn't become really oppressive.
With his lighting complete,
Right.
he can turn his attention to his final build.
I've got quite a big construction going on there, which will have the name of the bar, I'll have a clock on there. Ah, look at this!
That's it, mate. All the moulding's
Oh,
on.
beautiful.
So happy with that, yeah?
Yeah, thrilled with it.
Let's get it in and paint it, then, shall we?
Come on, then.
Go on.
So we're taking reference from the front of the Royal Deck and bringing it right inside the pub itself. All parts of my design are kind of echoing the history of the building, the architecture of the building. We've got fringe in there. I'm trying to bring it all together in one scheme. It's just really nice to see it all kind of happening because you've got a thought in your head and you put some scribbles on some paper and then it becomes reality.
The horse does remind you of a fairground, you know, but I think as adults, we lose touch with having fun and being silly. And coming to a comedy club, you are in the mood of being silly and having fun.
Hi, Rita.
Hi, Alan.
Where'd you get this horse from? It's amazing.
Wigan.
Wigan? You drove to Wigan to get a horse?
I did drive to Wigan to get a horse. So we're gonna transform it into a light
Yeah.
by adding a lampshade here.
Oh, that's such a clever idea.
As well as a drinking shelf.
That is classic Rita.
Yeah.
Very clever, super creative. Oh, what's that?
It's my private area.
Prison? Your
prison,
own little
yeah.
prison?
If it's for the naughty ones.
I would perform, and then
Yeah.
I'd go to the bar and I'd have a drink, and then I would be on here.
Yes.
Yeah, I would use all of this
That's
room.
what I would like to
And then
hear.
end up in
Drink.
prison. That's me.
That's it. Yeah, yeah.
That's the night out with Alan Carr.
So 4 curtains, one down that side, one down that side, one down each column.
Judging is just around the corner.
Tickets, yeah, tickets, okay.
Right, I've got to do some lampshades. There's a lot of dressing to do. All the furniture's got to come in. I got more lampshades than you could wave a stick at, so there's a lot of work to do. It's stressful.
We've got 3 more lights to go up and then a few chairs to screw down, but we're getting there.
I put so much effort into this nook area to make it look different. It's almost you're stepping into my brain. It's quite colourful, joyful and fun, but I just hope it's going to look good.
John?
Yeah?
Do you want to come and have a look at the curtains?
Love it. We just gather them in.
All of them to the end?
Yeah.
There's a first for everything.
Stage is going in it goes. Look at that. So the stage splits into 2, which means that, you know, a couple of people can move the whole stage really easily.
The height is perfect. Okay. Yeah, and just center of the wall.
Your stage is ready for your first appearance.
Yeah, I was just going to get changed.
Go on, then.
Just going to put my heels on. I'm really happy with the festoon lights, and it really looks like a cute little stage that I'm sure any act would love to perform on.
Hello, Edinburgh. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Designer with an hour to go.
Designer with who?
With an hour to go. Who?
Sorry.
You've got less than an hour,
Yeah,
Rita.
perfect.
OK, I'm just going to leave this joke.
Time is ticking.
Does that look right?
Yeah, that looks the business. Right, let's come out, let's push it to the end.
If you can take it as close to the wall, please, as possible.
What?
Oh, wow.
Steps gone. Where's the steps gone?
Left a bit, left a bit. Yeah, that's lovely.
Not long to go, not long to go, not long to go, not long to go.
I need to sew this because I'm missing one cushion.
I'm pleased I used the old tables and chairs. They're kind of shabby. It fits in with what I'm doing.
I mean, let's wish for the best.
These 6.
OK.
If you hang them for me, please.
Nice to have the time.
I just want it like this so we close the gap a bit.
Vintage stains. Let's flip that over.
Cheers.
Oh, lovely.
Does that hit the spot? Oh, it's taking effect, isn't it?
Oh, God, it is. I think that's what killed those animals.
Just pop her in the corner there. She's meant to be propping up this piano.
Hello. Would you like to buy a ticket?
Thank you, guys.
You're fine then. Better get behind that bar.
Michelle's arrived in Edinburgh with guest judge and award-winning designer Shane Brady.
So Edinburgh, I think festival, but I have to confess, I've never been.
I came in my 20s, which is not today or yesterday. But for me, Edinburgh and the Fringe is energetic, exciting, youthful thinking, sort of everything.
Shane is an expert in designing bars and hospitality spaces. He's been behind the transformations at the Savoy, the Portrait Restaurant at the National Portrait Gallery, and the Mandarin Oriental.
When I design venues, I want the customer to be given a warm hug as they walk through the door. I want the atmosphere to feel energized through great lighting, but it's important that the designer's designs don't detract from the performance that will go on stage.
I think as an audience member, I'd want to walk into a space and feel a sense of excitement, but then the lights go down and you remember why you're there. So there's a kind of beautiful balance to play here.
I think it captures Fringe. I absolutely love the bar. I'm proud that I got it all finished, that I didn't screw up the time management. So, I hope the judges love it.
Oh, so this is John's space. What he's done is a really subtle layering of devices, from taking out the old, very bright colour and putting in this very sophisticated beige. Then we've dropped the ceiling with the black.
I think very clever to introduce the words almost raining down upon us.
Yeah.
Because this venue is known for new plays, new writing. But he's also introduced an amazing focal point of this chandelier. But I would have dropped it a little bit lower. It's hanging a little tight to the ceiling, and he could have let it breathe a little bit more.
It is super beautiful, but you could almost miss it, couldn't you?
Absolutely. But I almost feel like we're in two rooms at this point. We have a very strong vision for the top half of the room, and then lower down it feels a little bit more rough and ready. For me, the furniture could have been enhanced. I understand that John is working on a budget, and I have a feeling he used a lot of it on lighting, but the chairs could have done with a little bit of love.
But then when the lights go down and the spotlight goes on, I know exactly why I'm here. The performance is the star attraction. Oh, wow. This is the champion room.
Now I'm excited. He's now turned the dial up on me.
Immediate vibe that comes to mind is how incredibly sophisticated this room is.
And this marble wallpapering is phenomenal because it feels frenetic and energetic, but he hasn't overdone it. Now we just have to talk about this bar, Michelle.
Okay, yeah.
I am in love with how he's created this architectural feature above the shelving, adding in the name of the venue, so I'm happy.
He's brought in his signature panelling, but cleverly learnt that he didn't have to sort of hand tool each one. That doesn't look like a quick DIY job. It looks really classy. And clever little touches by putting the lights inside them, which suddenly makes those cabinets look fabulous.
He had a vision, he executed it, and it works.
I've really transformed the feeling of my venue. It does have that warm, cosy glow of your grandma's front room. Shane Brady's style is much bigger and grander than this, so I hope he can appreciate what I've thought about and what I've done.
Ooh. So Shane, Craig has always taken an era before, like 60s, 70s. So this is quite different for him.
It's very clear I'm in Grandma's home with an eclectic layering of pattern, print, lamps.
I mean, I love this wall where he's got the circular window, but then the sort of strips of vintage retro wallpaper. It just makes a kind of beautiful visual frame.
He has taken away some banquettes. It makes it good in terms of flow. We can easily get to the bar. I'm also really excited by the tartan behind the piano. It really references Edinburgh and makes us feel that we are in the heart of the city.
I quite like his welcome home sign. He's used the drum to make the O and then the E with all the little china bits in it. It goes with Grandma's aesthetic, but it's a little bit different.
He also realises that in hospitality space, lighting is so important, and he's creating these cocoons of light that by evening time will glow.
Yes, this is going to feel super cosy, and I like it. OK, yes. I think this is where I'd want to sit if I was coming to the bar.
It feels more intimate in this corner. I feel like we're being watched over by Craig's alter ego. But this is Fringe, cabaret, it's exciting. Craig won me over upstairs, Michelle, but now I'm afraid he has lost me completely.
Oh, gosh.
We've gone from a cosy grandma's home upstairs to a million ideas in one small space. It looks like a showroom for every wallpaper in the range.
Oh, see, I don't mind that at all. There's an irreverence to it that I like. But then I've got this. How does that fit with anything?
He has definitely done a little theme here with the guitars. He's added wings, trying to make it more modern. But I don't want that glittering guitar catching my eye, even if the lights are off. However, I'm going to give credit for putting home of comedy behind the stage. And that's really clever in this day and age when people take so many photographs of performers. Big tick for me.
Craig has exhibited such talent, so I have to go with the fact that this is exactly what he wanted to deliver.
I've listened to the feedback and I brought my personality, the side that is like fun and laughter. So we will see.
Ooh. Hey. Oh, wowza. How thrilling to see a subterranean dive bar that's in colour. Oh, and look.
You're matching, Michelle. Rita's had confidence in the fact that her palette is red and teal, and she's gone for that in a really positive way.
Yeah.
She's also given a specific ticket booth. How clever is this in terms of design? Yes. She's cocooning us into buy your ticket, almost like a holding area.
She's designed in a pause point. You're not taking a shortcut through there because you've got barrels, and also you're going to go towards the bar.
Very clever thinking from the very outset.
And look, we've got that granny sheet thing going on again with the fringe lampshades, but how much better does it look when it's been modernised?
The drama of the black shades makes it super indulgent in here. Yeah. It feels like we're in for a really good show.
You know, the first thing that strikes me is every seat is a good seat in this house. There's not going to be that sense of like, oh, no, I don't want to get the duff one. Upholstering them, giving it a new lease of life, chopping the cinema seats in half, that's a brave thing to do.
Genius.
But because she knows that putting them on either side is just going to work that much better than having them in a row.
This shows me a designer who understands how to lay out a bar that would feel great for a drink beforehand, but also amazing to watch a performance on this iconic stage. What she's also done is brought the teal from the bar in the artwork to tie it together, which I think is a really lovely touch.
When you get up close to it, Shane, she's cut out little posters. I mean,
How exciting that she's introduced this horse. In the hands of a wrong designer, this could have felt childish almost.
So it's not about taking circus and writing that all over the walls, because that's her theme. It's enough of that little bit of other, something unexpected. That's the fairy dust. And then look, first time ever, Rita has used wallpaper. And how brilliant is it?
The wallpaper really draws us into that space. This really is the VIP area. It's so plush.
My advice to her on the sofa last week was like, give me more you. Colour is not actually her signature, so she understands that it is about me and my point of view, but me in service to the client.
The designers are back in Brighton to find out who will make it into the final.
Massive tick to all of us.
Well done, us.
Well done, us, yeah.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Alan.
So, did you enjoy Born in Scotland?
Yeah.
We did, yeah.
Rita, I've got 2 words to say to you. Knock, knock.
Who's that?
Yes!
Yes!
Because comedy's all about timing. OK, we need to work on that.
We need to work on that, yeah, definitely.
Well, listen, as every performer at the Fringe knows, it's all about the reviews. So let's welcome the critics, Michelle and Shane. So, did any of our designers create a showstopper?
Well, I really learnt that the Edinburgh Fringe covers everything from comedy to cabaret, so it was so brilliant to see 3 such distinct designs.
I loved seeing your passion and creativity shine through all of your spaces.
So, who has won standout space and a place in the final?
There was one space that absolutely blew us away, but also that it really captured the essence of the festival. Congratulations, Rita. I cannot tell you, I wanted you to lean into being more Rita, and you so did it.
Thank you so much.
It was all you, but it absolutely worked, from the colour drenching that took us into the VIP area to that little glimpse of the circus horse. Absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
From the lighting to the layout to your whimsical take on fairground without pushing it too far, it was a masterclass.
Thank you so much. It means a lot, because I was very scared this week.
You were so full of self-doubt. You must feel so happy now.
I'm thrilled.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations. We'll see you next week in the final. John and Craig will have a chat on the sofa.
Okay, thank you.
It's super exciting.
Well done, you.
Thank you. Thank you. This week feels very special because I doubted myself a lot. But I did it. And I'm a finalist. Yes, yes, yes. I still cannot believe it. Good luck.
I think I created a space that was dramatic and theatrical. Sorry, Craig, I love you dearly, but I'm going to be fighting for my place in the final. Come on, mate.
Boys.
It's a competition, and one of us, John and I, have to go home. I think I did the right thing, and I'll certainly defend it.
So, Craig, tell me about Granny Chic. Why did you pick that as your theme this week?
It's called Home Bar. In that venue, I felt that it needed a soul. So I really lent into that nostalgia of your grandmother's front room, where you always felt safe and cosy.
Craig, when I walked into your bar area, I really felt it gave me a warm hug. You had used a lot of colour, a lot of collective thinking. There was a lot of energy into that space.
I know you had this idea of the sort of intentional clutter, but, you know, we've got tartan, the vintage chairs, but downstairs then there was the punk kind of heart, which is a very different language.
I did find pieces that I thought had a sort of fringe atmosphere. I felt they all were kind of connected by the fact that I like them, but maybe that doesn't translate. If I'd had more time, I think I would have edited a bit more.
I personally liked the wallpapers, how you brought that sort of vintage thing in. That was the backdrop to the bar. But then to turn and face the stage, tell me what your thinking was around how you wanted to highlight the stage.
So my main key was to create a proper stage with some lights on it. So everyone really wanted to look down that end.
So then we had a kind of disco ball guitar. There's, again, quite a lot of other stuff going on around it.
Your design shouldn't scream for attention. It should fall back away to let the performers really shine.
But that said, there's an enormous fun that you bring to all your work, which it is quite extraordinary.
That's something I've always really wanted to bring, is warmth and humour.
John, I understood that you spent a quarter of your budget on the chandelier.
We both agreed, if you're going to spend so much money on a beautiful chandelier, we should have dropped it a little bit lower to give it the breath and the breathing space to really appreciate its glory.
Stick it in my face.
Yeah.
Don't leave it up there.
Yeah.
Because that has got to include compromises somewhere else. So I want to know what you decided to give up.
I wasn't able to spend that money on perhaps new furniture in the space, but I felt that the wood from the seats and the tables worked with the lovely display cabinets that they had that really spoke of the history of the place, which I wanted to celebrate.
OK. Because Shane had a right old problem with that.
Oh.
It felt unloved to me and unconsidered.
Then we walk into the other room. Talk to me about the bar.
It was just a wooden functional bar, really, and I thought I'm going to add drama. I just got very carried away with it.
Which is lovely to see, because I think some of your work in the past has been rather characterised by sort of being quite restrained.
Yes.
It's like you both went full you, but it's like, oh, my goodness, finally.
Yeah.
And then also the introduction of the wallpaper, but you packed a punch by just having confidence in where to place that.
And how do you design a space where the space is not the centre of attention?
Yeah, you don't want to be like telling your jokes and then someone's going, what lovely wallpaper.
This was really tricky because your spaces couldn't have been more different. So, Craig, you have taught me that design really can stand on the shoulders of almost any era and any artist. And I also really have felt the joy that you have in the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
John, I think you've had quite a different journey. You've absolutely fought your way. I have loved watching you grow in confidence. I think you're almost even getting the time management thing down, aren't you?
Yeah.
But crucially, I think it is about a venue that remembers that, although it's a performance space, it is about the performer. So that last place in the final, John, congratulations. You have just designed your way into a place in the final.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, my goodness.
Craig, you went a little bit...
Too much.
A little bit too much this week, sadly. But well done.
But it's been a blast. Thank you very much.
Come here, Craig. Oh,
thank you.
And please give Coco Canal a kiss from me.
Pretty gutted, you know, to fall short at the last hurdle. It hurts. I think I just over-detailed it. I just kept putting more and more in.
Amazing.
Thank you very much.
It is so sad to lose Craig, but I think this week he might just have over-themed his theme.
I don't have words for it. Like, how's that happened? I've been on the sofa 4 times now, and I'm in the final act.
You deserve, both of you really deserve it.
I am so excited to see John and Rita in this final together. I feel they've both struggled with confidence, but they've both really blossomed into having a very unique and strong point of view. So it's all there to play for, and I can't wait. One more hug.
Next time...
It's like a dream.
The finalists are in Portmeirion in Wales.
Come on, come on!
Redesigning holiday cottages.
This is my chance to prove that I can be an interior designer. My, like, statement wallpaper hasn't arrived yet.
It was meant to be like a mushroom colour. Calm down. I give this cottage my everything.
For a chance to be the next interior design master.
The winner is...